Welcome to the In Love with PMDD podcast. I am your host, Rose, your PMDD relationship expert. I have personally been suffering with PMDD for over 15 years and spent so much time desperately trying to navigate my intimate relationships, going from breakup to breakup, thinking that everyone else was the problem. I am now married to an amazing PMDD partner thanks to the PMDD-specific relationship tools that I have developed over the years, and now I am here to share them with you. Because I know that there is not much research available to PMDD partners, I am now dedicating my doctorate practice specifically for PMDD relationships. I am a traumatology doctoral candidate, and each week I will be providing PMDD partners with my signature PMDD Trauma Transformational Tools on how to effectively navigate an intimate relationship while having PMDD, so that you can avoid the patterns of breaking up with your partner every single month, and you can finally have the supportive relationship that we all desire and deserve. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Now let's get into your weekly dose of PMDD relationship tools. We got this. Today we are going to be talking all about letting go of that bitterness, that resentment, that anger, that rage, all of those things that you may be feeling about your PMDD partner. So whether you are a PMDD sufferer or whether you are a PMDD partner, we're going to be talking about letting go of all of those negative emotions which have become a roadblock in your relationship. So many times we have gone through argument after argument and we're just frustrated. We're assuming that everything is going to stay the same. We're looking at every single month as we're going through all of this. There's no resolution. What is the point? At this point, I'm just coasting. I'm just going day to day, doing the motions, but I'm not really in the relationship like I used to be. And a big reason that you're not into it is because you're replaying all of the things that happened in your relationship back in your mind. And I want to help you release some of that today, because this is something that I have to do with my private clients, because any amount of counseling, coaching, or anything you do, if you're still holding on to those negative emotions, if you're still holding on to that anger and that rage, if you don't take the time to pause and dig up and deal with everything that's been going on, then you're not going to be able to move forward. So that's why you can have these little glimpses of everything's going well, you might have a good time, but then you revert back to shutting down, or you revert back to lashing out and saying things that you don't mean because you haven't truly forgiven. You just kind of put a Band-Aid on things because you don't want to continue to walk on eggshells. You don't want to say things you don't mean. You don't want to do any further damage. So in order to not do any further damage, you're just not doing anything at all. And healing from the traumatic experiences that happen within PMDD relationships is the only thing that's going to help you move forward. And first, I want to let you know that dealing with the emotional abuse that is within PMDD relationships on both sides, with the PMDD sufferer and also the partner, that takes healing. It's not going to magically go away. So if you don't do anything to heal from that trauma that you're going through, then it's just going to fester and it's going to build a wall between you and your partner. So I know when you heal the word trauma, you're kind of like, oh, I haven't gone through any trauma. Maybe you're not the PMDD sufferer. Or maybe you're the person who has PMDD and you don't link what it is that you go through on a monthly basis as traumatic. But I'm here to let you know, as a practitioner, that things that you go through within your PMDD relationship are traumatic. It is considered trauma. And trauma has to be healed. It has to be addressed. It has to be dealt with. So just simply not doing anything about it is not going to help your circumstance. So I'm going to take you through some affirmations today. I'm going to take you through a little meditation, but I just want to basically this is what I do with my clients. I need to reframe your mind for what it is that you've been holding on to. We need to clear that space, clear that negativity out, because I know that deep, deep down, you want to be more connected with your partner. You want them to let go of the things that have happened in the past, and you want to let go the things that have happened in the past, because we both know it's heavy. It's heavy to carry around the things that you've done, feeling that shame and that guilt. And it's also heavy to carry around how your partner has reacted to everything that you maybe did to them while you were in PMDD. Because if you're anything like me, when you act a certain way towards your partner, if you act ugly towards your partner, they're going to act ugly back. And so you both have those memories of ugly, horrible, shameful actions, and you can't really reconnect with your partner if you're still seeing them in that negative space, because you're going to constantly create those stories in your mind of, oh, they're this type of person, and make them seem like it's okay to leave them because they're this horrible person, because you're tying the image of them to the action that they took when they were triggered. So first and foremost, I want to let you know that your reactions to being triggered is not the core of who you are. How you acted when you were triggered, when you were upset, when your partner said or did something that was below the belt, that's not who you are at the core. That is your defense mechanism to react to something that was not pleasing to you. And when you tie yourself to that identity, that's where the guilt comes in. So if you suffer with PMDD and you've done things and you've said things that you don't mean, and your partner is now holding them over your head and saying you're this horrible person because you said this and you did this, the truth of the matter is that wasn't you, right? You did it, so take responsibility for it, but that's not the core of who you are. If you begin to dive into thinking that's who you are, then you're never going to come out of that. You're never going to want to be better if you feel like you're this horrible person. So as we go through this reframing of our minds is what I'll call it. I want you to listen to what it is that I'm saying, and I want you to take from it what you need. It's kind of like shopping at Ross, I call it. Like, there's a lot of stuff on the rack, some things you need, some things you don't. So as we go through this, if it's something that you really know that you need at the time, something that I'm saying, then I want you to hold on to that and allow it to reframe your mind. But starting off, I want you to know you're not a horrible PMDD partner. You're not a horrible person. Everything that you've done while you're in PMDD, you've done while you were surviving PMDD. So I want to let you know that it is hard to deal with this disorder. It is so hard. And if you fail some months at being the best partner, that's okay. Give yourself some grace and know that is okay. You have the opportunity to get it right the next month. I was talking to a client today and we really talked about, thank goodness that PMDD only lasts for half of the month. Can you imagine if we had PMDD all month and we didn't have any good days? We didn't have the follicular phase where we kind of come out of it. I can't imagine. So I complain about 2 weeks out of the month that we have to go through. But then I also have had in the past trauma clients who live with it every day of the month. And that's not to minimize what we go through because it's horrible, but it's to put things in perspective that we have the ability to recover for 2 weeks out of the month, approximately 2 weeks, not sure how long your PMDD cycle is, but we need to take advantage of that because not everybody has that. You could have a disorder where you don't have two good weeks, or you don't have 10 good days. And the fact that we do, we need to take full advantage of that. So before I get started on this meditation, this reframing, I want to let you know that there are officially 2 more spots left of my private PMDD coaching program where we work one-on-one with me and you, with me, you and your partner, either or. I have several clients that have signed up where it's a 2-month program. So for 4 weeks, they're signing up with just them one-on-one. And again, by them, I mean the PMDD sufferer and also the PMDD partner, where they're just saying, my partner's not ready to jump all in and go through this coaching program, but I know that we need it. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to grab my spot. And once they've done that, then their partner will come in for the 2nd month. So I think that's a really good balance of showing effort and just showing like, hey, I'm all in on this. I'm willing to work on this. If you're not ready, I'm respecting that. But I know that this is something that we need, and I'm feeling that pull because once these 10 spots are gone, I'm going to be booked up for the next couple of months, and I don't want anything to be going on in your relationship where you feel like you need to have this kind of program, but you didn't take advantage of it while the applications are open. So I am going to be allowing my current clients that have signed up to possibly extend. Okay, so extend beyond the 2 months. And once those spots are taken, I'm not going to be able to double up my spots that I'm taking of private clients. So if they decide to continue, that's going to be less clients that I'll be able to offer up. I can only take 10 clients at a time because it takes a lot with the having the sessions, but also I give the homework and we give actionable steps. This is not a coaching program where I'm just talking to you once a week or you're just talking to me once a week and then that's it. There's homework every week. There's actionable steps. It's all PMDD related. It's very much to create progress, to move the needle in your relationship. This is why I love coaching so much because it has so many actions. I remember going to counseling and just talking, and it was really good for what I needed at the time. But I do have some clients that have a counselor that they still talk to, but they still come to me for the coaching aspect because they need the actionable tools in order to change things in their relationship. So it's not so much of just listening to what it is that's going on in the relationship, what's going wrong, and gaining an understanding of that. It is providing you with tools on how to change that. And I believe from dealing with so many clients and seeing the transformation that you need tools in order to change it, not just to talk about it. So if you want one of those spots, you need to go to my website, www.inlovewithpmdd.com, and apply to work with me. You can also follow me on Instagram. If you're not following me, you need to be, because I'm providing free PMDD relationship tools every single day in my stories. I provide an update of where I am with PMDD and what I'm doing to make it through. And then also I give you tools on how to work on your relationship every single day. That's something I've committed to doing. And DM me on Instagram. I spend approximately 2 to 3 hours a day just responding and talking to all of you on Instagram and giving advice about what's going on in your relationship. So if you're at that point where you're feeling like you don't have people in your circle that understand what's going on with PMDD, what's going on with PMDD relationships, you can DM me and we can talk about it. And that's something that I do every single day, 7 days a week. And that's my way of just giving back to you all, because I know how it feels to go through this alone. And it was not good for me when I did have to go through this alone, when I didn't have an inner circle to reach out to, when PMDD, the community itself it didn't exist. And so I know that when it comes to PMDD relationships, it can get really lonely because you can talk to other people about the things that are going on, and their first instinct is to tell you to just break up with your partner. You deserve better, all of the things. And if you really want to be with your partner and you love them, that's not the advice that you really need at the time. You need someone that's going to help you fix it, help you reconnect, help you heal from the damage that's been done, not someone that's just going to tell you, yeah, that's really messed up and then throw the whole relationship away because your emotions are tied into this. Your time is tied into this. A lot of you, your families are tied to this. There's children involved. This is so much bigger than just you. So I'm dedicating myself to this practice, but you have to take advantage of the resources that I'm giving you while they are available so that they can help your PMDD relationship. Okay, so let's go into this reframing. At some point, I will create these segments and name it something, really catchy. But for right now, what it is, it's a reframing of your mind in regards to your PMDD relationship when you've just gone through really bad arguments. You don't really have any hope that the relationship is even going to work. You possibly have broken up with your partner already, and you think that you could never get back together. I want to let you know, for those of you that listened to the past episode with me and my PMDD partner, or any past episodes, I've told him I've wanted to break up before. He's told me he's wanted to break up before. We're still together. Our relationship is amazing. We're really, really happy. We're really, really fulfilled. And it wouldn't be that way if it wasn't for these same tools that I'm using with you, that I use on my private clients. I've used them in my own personal relationship with my PMDD partner. That's one of the first ways I know that they work, because we have been at the end, at the edge, about to jump. By jump, I mean in the relationship, and we have done the work. We've reframed our minds. We've gotten really in touch with what it is that we needed in PMDD and not in PMDD. We've apologized, not just apologized, but shown the actions. We've been given the tools by me doing my research and my doctorate program, and me deciding to use them on my own relationship, and they work. They actually work. This works for anyone. If you're at the end of your relationship, if you're at the beginning of it, where you're just figuring out that you have PMDD, it doesn't matter where you are in your PMDD relationship. I've had people completely broken up, not even talking, blocked, which is a common thing for those of you listening. It is common for your PMDD partner to block you. It's common. It's a common reaction. It is an impulsive reaction, but it's something that we do when we're in PMDD and we're feeling these overwhelming emotions, and we just want to cut everything off. We want to stop the stress. We don't want to read another text message. Do you know that when someone blocks you, it's actually because they care? That it sounds weird, but here's the thing. If I didn't care what you had to say, then if you sent me a text message, if you sent me an email, if you called me, it wouldn't affect me. But if I still care about you, if I still have some emotion attached to you, then I'm blocking you so that I don't tap into those emotions. So a lot of times people give up hope because they feel like, oh, my partner blocked me, so we're not meant to be. The whole relationship is over. No, that means that it's that strong, it's that deep, that they're needing to use an outside entity to block communication with you, because they're in it that deep. They're that emotionally connected and invested that they're having to do that. If they didn't care about you, they could receive the message without blocking you and it not bother them. So I don't want you to take it as a bad thing. I've done it before. I've blocked, I've unblocked, I've called I've emailed while I'm not blocked, like all of the things. So don't give up. Do not give up on your PMDD relationship. Don't do it. Because I've even seen people, I was about to say, unless your partner has literally told you that they're done, but I've done that too. And I love my PMDD partner. In love, totally obsessed, all of the things. But I've said, like, I'm done. So it's very conflicting, because PMDD can mess with your brain, mess with your head, mess with how you see the other person. And for those who have just found out that they have PMDD and they're not really aware of that, they can start to think that those emotions, those thoughts are true. And that's why they choose to make those dramatic, things happen, like those experiences where they're blocking you because they're believing the lies that PMDD is telling them. They're believing it. And until you retrain and you work with someone like me who can talk you through the intrusive thoughts and decipher what is true, what is not. Every time my private clients have PMDD, we have a session. So before you have a chance of breaking up with your partner, going off on your partner, doing all the things, you're talking to me so that we can work out everything that's going on in your mind, because I know that you are not having those conversations with your family and friends and people around you because they don't understand PMDD. And I remember I have a best friend, Angie, that I love like so much, but she doesn't understand PMDD because she doesn't have it. So when I get into PMDD, I can't really talk to her about everything like I normally would, because what advice she would give me wouldn't be what I needed. And it would kind of not give me what I wanted when I was out of PMDD. Because as we all know, when you come out of PMDD, you're back to loving your partner. You're back to seeing them for who they truly are. And so I would hate for you to take the advice from someone who doesn't have PMDD, who tells you to just break up with your partner. Oh, leave them. You deserve better. You'll be fine. Just be single. No one is in love with your partner but you. So no, you won't be fine. No, you won't be happy. Here's the thing, and I want to let a lot of you PMDD partners know, being single looks cute. It looks easy because it's the temporary high. So when you first get single, and I know this because I was single for 2 years, when I was before I met my PMDD partner, when I was dating, and then I was single for 2 years, it's always so much fun in the beginning when you first break up and then you're single and you're going out with your friends and you're doing all the things, and you're having your freedom or you're having your peace. And like if you're an introvert, maybe it's just having the peace to just do whatever you want and not have to answer to anybody. At the end of the day, the desire for affection, attention, love, adoration, companionship, it's not going anywhere. You're always going to have it. You're always going to want to be with someone. Even after you've gone through that period of it seeming like the best thing possible, you're just going back to the drawing board of finding someone else to be with, because that desire, that need is still there. And so I want you to remember that the grass is greener where you water it. The grass may seem greener to be single, to give up on your relationship, to find someone who can handle PMDD better. But guess what? Everyone has a flaw. So if your particular partner is not dealing with your PMDD in the way that you feel like you need, you can get with another person and it could be worse. It's going to be something. It's going to be something where you're dealing with PMDD and you are having to work with how to navigate it. So if it's not the same issue that you have with your current partner, if you get with someone else, if you break up and then you decide to date later on, it's always going to be something. And being single is going to get lonely, because there's going to be days where you're not going to feel like doing certain things. And if you don't have an outlet of who you can turn to, who you can talk to, who you can be vulnerable with, who you can lean on when you're in PMDD and you're just in that place where it's like, I can't deal with certain things. If you don't have that support system, it's going to make PMDD even worse for you. And this is something that we have to go through every single month. So your partner is there to help support you, and you need to remember that so that you know that you can lean on them. And even if you're not in a good place right now, think about the foundation that you're building for you all to get to a place where you are in a good place, and then you can lean on them the way you need to. So just because you're not there right now doesn't mean that you're never going to get there. You have to be a little bit patient. Know that relationships with PMDD, it's the yin and the yang. You have the ups, you have the downs, but that does not mean that you're not meant to be together just because you're going through stuff right now. So let's go through this reframing of your mind in regards to PMDD. And I want you to calm yourself for a minute. I let go of unwanted emotions. I refuse to give space to bitterness or resentment in my life with my PMDD partner. I let go of any resentment and anger that I might harbor for my PMDD partner. I let go of the past and any hurt I still carry. I let go of the need to keep score. I forgive my PMDD partner and I forgive myself. I release negative energy and negativity wherever it manifests. I focus my energy on being grateful for my PMDD partner. If I hold resentment and anger towards PMDD partner, I know that it attracts more of the same back towards me. Instead, I choose to heal and move past those experiences that have hurt me in the past with my PMDD partner. I am choosing to heal and I'm choosing to grow with my PMDD partner. I release my PMDD partner's energy, negative energy, and I replace them with compassion and love and support. I choose to forgive my PMDD partner and forget rather than hold on to resentment and anger. I move forward and free myself from the burden and weight of these negative emotions and intrusive thoughts. By releasing these negative feelings, I open myself to receive the relationship with my PMDD partner that I desire and deserve. I release negative emotions to free myself from experiencing any more negativity and stress. As I release and let go of these negative feelings, I am flooded with positive feelings towards my PMDD partner and my relationship. I choose to give love and compassion and forgiveness to my PMDD partner rather than hang on to my resentment and anger. I release all negativity towards my PMDD partner and fill myself with positivity in regards to my relationship and gratitude that I have a PMDD partner. I want you to listen to this as much as you need to in order to release any negativity that you're feeling, that you're thinking about your PMDD partner and about your PMDD relationship. You got this. I hope these PMDD Trauma Transformational Tools help you and your PMDD partner. I am so excited to announce that I am opening up 10 spots for my exclusive 2-month private PMDD relationship coaching called Breakup Proof Your PMDD Relationship. Within these 2 months, I will be working with you one-on-one to give you customized strategies to ensure that you and your PMDD partner stop the monthly breakups and stress so that you can have the supportive relationship that you desire and deserve. I am only opening up 10 spots, so go to my website at www.inlovewithpmdd.com or DM me on Instagram at inlovewithpmdd and grab your spot now. It's time to start actively working on your PMDD relationship. Remember, love is not just a feeling, it's an action. And I know that your PMDD relationship is worth not only saving, but working on so that you both can be at peace with your PMDD relationship. If you found this podcast helpful, please comment and leave me a 5-star review to help other PMDD partners find our episodes. With all these tools and support, this is how you can help support the show and other PMDD partners. For everything that as PMDD partners go through, we should not have to do it alone. Until next time, remember, we can have the relationship that we desire and deserve while having PMDD. We got this.